The victims were very young children, some just babies. What their abusers did to them described by detectives as horrific and depraved. And much of it took place at Little Ted's nursery school in Plymouth.
Our worst nightmare's just come true. Someone's been up to no good at the nursery.
The paedophiles are all in their late 30s. Vanessa George, who was married with 2 children, Colin Blanchard, also married and a father, and Angela Allen, again a mum. All separately sexually abused young children and then distributed the images of that abuse to the other 2. Yet it's thought all 3 never met. They lived miles apart, Vanessa George in Plymouth, Blanchard near Rochdale and Allen in Nottingham. They met through a social networking site. Their sordid tale unravelled when police, acting on a tip-off, arrested Blanchard at Manchester Airport as he returned from a business trip to Dubai. On his laptop, indecent images of youngsters, many of which had been taken at Little Ted's in Plymouth, where Vanessa George was a nurse. Also on Blanchard's computer, the trail which led to Angela Allen. It was clear that Little Ted's provided a plentiful supply of vulnerable small children to satisfy the perverse needs of the paedophile trio. Hundreds of pupils attended the preschool whilst George worked there. On the surface, her role-playing was to entertain the children in her care, yet parents may never know whether it was their child who was abused and photographed by the predatory nurse and then offered up for the gratification of Blanchard and Allen.
It just made me feel sick, because I've been so protected there for over, and then to actually pay someone to look after them and abuse them. And it was just such a shock, you know, because his parents in that hall that was starting to be sick, you know, when it came out, she posed with these pictures and that she'd sent them off to other paedophiles. It was, yeah, it was awful, it was devastating.
Which is why Vanessa George's appearance in court was met by anger and violence from the community where the nursery recruited its pupils. Police from 3 forces worked on the case, every officer revolted by what they discovered as they delved into the activities of the abusers. Nottinghamshire detectives raided Angela Allen's home.
We found an individual there who had access to a computer and was willingly trading indecent photographs of an absolutely horrific nature and the most depraved and sadistic type of sexual fantasies you were exchanging with other people, including Colin Blanchard and Vanessa George.
Blanchard had already been on the sex offenders register before he was arrested, but George and Allen had no obvious paedophile history. Though had they gone unchecked, there were fears they could have taken their violent abuse to a new and even more sickening level.